Hey guys, hope you're having a great day as well as a great life
As well as a great life. Kate Bush, apparently, she's been blowing up. I haven't seen season 4 of Stranger Things, but apparently...
I didn't know that was a thing until we're like reading the wiki about her just a little bit, and it's like the 2022 resurgence. We're like, what?
Yeah,
it's
we're like,
I guess so.
Were we a part of this? Is this speaking from the future?
Yeah, exactly. Also read, and I remember somebody like telling us about it, but apparently David Gilmour heard some of her early demo tapes and stuff when she was younger and just starting out, and helped her like record. It even like paid for some of the recording. Had like one of his friends produce it. Like whole thing, basically set her up. Not sure exactly all the relations behind all that, but excited that like it's just a cool thing to see because I can't think of many artists who he kind of like fronted like that. Maybe there's a couple, but not many.
Yeah, and it's just cool to see anytime you have like interplay between really, really awesome artists. Like it's weird how many interconnections there are. Like, oh, this guy played for this guy and taught this guy guitar, and then that's how you have Jimi Hendrix and the Isley Brothers. You know?
Yeah.
So,
no, exactly. So freaking much. And I think she started out in around 78 or so. I think at least she dropped her first album. So this is the song "Running Up That Hill" off of one of her records that dropped in '85.
Cool.
So,
all right. Well, with that being said, if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe notification bell for no other reason than it makes us happy every time you press it. It's like a little shot of dopamine. We see the number go up, and it makes us feel good.
Sounds unhealthy, but let's go.
So atmospheric.
Do you wanna feel how it
Wait for it.
Oh, I'm waiting.
Nice.
I'm in like a deli and they just called my number and I'm like, okay, now it's ready. 31 over loudspeaker.
How do you feel about it, sir?
I loved the atmosphere of it. I thought it was really unique for creating that sort of ambiance that does. I mean, I've seen the first couple seasons of Stranger Things. It fits that vibe, and it's a really unique, cool, like melancholy, dark, ominous, sort of like thunderclouds above you sort of vibe. And I love that. I love the drum thing at the beginning because even with like the electronics, I love how they pan like the one tom like far left or far right, and it just gave this kind of depth to the whole thing.
Yeah.
Plus the chords, I thought the synth chords, I loved how there wasn't a big attack on them. It was just like sat very comfortably in the background. Everything was just felt like it was this muddy wash, which was to its benefit at the beginning and kind of to its detriment to me when it got bigger because it didn't ever not become not washy.
Yeah, I think like the goal of it is by the time it would be interpreted as like washy, like I think their goal is to have you like so lost in the sauce that like that's almost like what you want. Because then if it wasn't that, then you would almost not be able to be lost in the sauce or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that.
I had the same experience though, where like I wasn't like lost in the sauce by the point where I kind of got affected by that same thing. I thought overall it was really cool. I really like how whenever I would almost get bored, they would like just totally increase the dynamics of the drums and stuff, and go into like almost what comes in or comes across like a pre-chorus or a chorus, like something like that. And I really like the vocal melodies, like in general.
Did you like how she sang the words?
Yeah, I think so. I will say like the verses, I can't name a single word that was saying the verses, but like, I like the whole like running up that hill. Like, I like that stuff, making the deal with God. I thought all that was like really cool, but the verses for sure like totally over my head. And I mean, if I listened to them, I could have heard something, but I just didn't like care to per se. I was like, all right, this is a vocal melody verse for me.
It was hard for me to pick out words too, and I was trying. The one thing that I didn't love as much was like this almost theatrical performance. It was like overdone to me, like over that hill. I was like, okay, like hill, but all right, you know. Like I don't know. Other than that, she has a really good voice, and like, didn't we hit another one of her songs?
I don't think so. Yeah, she definitely like would choose like different express or voicings of vowels that like made it kind of grab a little bit more attention to it. I don't have issues with that. I thought those were pretty cool. I think better than that for me, it was almost just like dynamics, like, and almost like even when like they went into a chorus and like she was singing higher, like it still felt like there wasn't more volume. Like the dynamic of the choruses somehow, like apart from rhythm, felt almost like the same dynamics of the verses. And like through the whole song, almost like similar to like Velvet Underground of how it's like the same thing.
I kind of think that's what they were going for.
It definitely was.
Like this atmospheric thing.
Absolutely was.
I will say the guitar work on the song was phenomenal. Phenomenal. Like I don't know who the guitarist was. Like I know David Gilmour helped her. I don't think it was David Gilmour.
I think by this point she's like 7 years in. I don't know how active he still is in the process. But definitely early on, I'm sure he had it. I think like the context of this song, if I'm in like middle school or something, and I'm on the bus ride to school or from home, and it's like pouring rain, and I have like, you know, shitty little CD thing, listen to a CD of it, and I'm like hearing it like leaning up against the window of the bus, and it's like pouring, drips are hitting the window. I'm like, I think that's a vibe, you know?
That's wild. This is the first time you've absolutely hit what I was going to, like what the vision I had in my head, on the head for sure. Like
really? School bus?
Yeah, well, because I was thinking there was a day in 8th grade, leaving 8th grade, like you're ending 8th grade, you're out of middle school, you're heading into high school, it's the last day right before summer, and you're driving on the bus ride, and you're like, you know, like I'm not going to see a lot of these guys again because I'm going to go to a different school, they're going to go to different schools.
Maybe even overwhelmed too.
Overwhelmed, and I remember it raining, and I remember being like,
yep, that's a hill.
That's a hill.
But so, I think if it's in there, almost kind of like, I forget what the song was called, but like we did like Joy Division, and there's a song that was like, very similar. You described it like going into this like club, and you know, like it's like a downstairs thing, and you don't really like know anyone there, and it feels like your object permanence is completely like off, and you're just kind of like existing. It feels kind of like that too, where you're almost like existing between like different layers of reality, where you're literally just in that like a limbo.
Which I will say, that's the whole idea of that whole Stranger Things show, which is like interesting that it does give that
correlates very well.
Yeah. So I think they did a really good job picking it.
I liked it in terms of like overall style. Like not my favorite thing to like listen to.
Yeah.
I think I'd probably appreciate more of what she came out with in like when she started in 1976 or 78. Like the fact that she was there in the late 70s dropping stuff is already pretty cool. And I get the feeling of hearing her here that I'd probably appreciate what her early like musical mind was, you know, like going towards. I think I'd probably enjoy that a lot.
So what are we feeling rating wise?
Totally skipped out on it.
Well, we're supposed to do it at the end now, right?
I mean, yeah, because now we've had our conversations.
Yeah.
I was feeling B, but I think honestly because the chorus.
I think it's a B.
Okay, I think it's a B with like a B+ or an A like chorus because I really like the chorus. You weren't huge on the way she did the vocals on it, but overall, I think like the chorus is probably way stronger than the verses at least.
Okay.
Which holds up to Alex standards. Chorus should be better
That's
than verses.
true. That is facts. Yeah, this is kind of like cilantro, like. You know, how, like people have like you have a gene. Like some people taste cilantro like soap, and other people taste cilantro like cilantro tastes to me, I guess. Right? And so I definitely can see where if this is your flavor town, like if this is your like Guy Fieri died nerds drive-ins and dives sort of thing, then you're all about it, dude.
I don't think it's that like niche of an enjoyment. Though.
I don't think it's niche either.
Hits a big
I don't
market.
think it's, dude. Cilantro hits a huge market.
That's true.
Like it hits most markets. Pretty much every Publix. Walmart maybe probably has it. I don't know, man. I just think it's one of those things that like I can easily see like 3 different like experiences at an early age making me love the vibe of this song way more.
Yeah, I think it's definitely at this point like a stylistic preference thing, but I feel like her 1978, she had a hit off her first record. For some reason, I feel like that probably has much more overlap for like all music lovers. I'm totally going off on a limb with that. We'll have to see. Part of them might be biased, knowing that David Gilmour had his hand in there somewhere. Yeah. But I think that's going to be a heater.
Okay. All right, man. Well, let us know what you guys think. And with that being said, we'll catch you in the next video.
Peace.
All right, guys, you know the drill. If you want to continue the A&A Gravy Train, suggested video for you right there. And then if you want to catch some unreleased content that we can't put on YouTube, less than a cup of coffee, check out our OnlyFans, our Patreon right there.